When we had last left Team Watcher, they had returned back to the Sacred Stair to investigate Flawn Alette's fantastic teleportation machine. And there did they use it once more, only to discover it also, once more, sent them to some strange, weird-ass place. But as they returned this time, they found her laboratory under attack, under siege by some hired mercenaries who were trashing not only the machinery, but the researchers themselves. So it ended not in fantastic discovery, but in misery. This is Pillars of Eternity 2, Deadfire. Welcome back. Let us unhide all of that. There we are. And we'll be off on our way to none other than the VTC headquarters to turn this in and see what they have to say, right? Goodness. Now, I forgot who it was that wrote in. I probably should have taken note, now that I think of it. Let's see, maybe on one of these load screens I can quickly, pop open my phone, right? And do a quick check. Maybe I can be very sly. You know what would be really sly is if I didn't talk about doing it at all. I just silently did it under the cover of a load screen. How clever would that be? Wouldn't that be pretty cool? That'd be really something. Instead, I feel like I'm just having to stall for time or something like that as I'm quickly popping open my phone.
Scary.
Yes, it was Gentle Viewer. Of course, who could forget? Who could forget? It was Gentle Viewer Stewart who wrote in, saying that it seems as if it is not Maya who called the attack, but toward the end there, Maya was feeling bad and regretful about the attack, right? And that somehow she was connected, but not quite as directly as we had thought, right? Okay, let's go on over here to... Let's just go to Queensberth, right? Because none of these are the actual VTC HQ. There we are. Good. I wonder if we'll get assailed again in the streets by the Mogranites. No? Huh. I wonder if anything will ever come of that. Weird. Because it feels like some big shit just kicked off, and we should have some sort of side quest for, I don't know, figuring out why the hell they're really so pissed or, resolving it in some way. But I feel like we're so close to the end of the game that it may not happen? I don't know. Unless maybe it happens on Ukaizo. I don't know. Okay. Let's head on over here. We can't get in at night, right? Goodness, it's been so long since we were out this way, right? Jeez. Alright, up here. Yeah, we gotta wait. Okay. Let's wait until midday. There we go. Good. We'll head on up in there. Jeez, almost just hiccuped right there, right into the mic. Deftly avoided. Okay. Go on up this way. And we'll speak to... Who are we even speaking to about this? I don't even remember. We should, if anything, we should take a quick look at our journal. Let's see here. The Animancers are safe for the time being. Flawn suggested I go to the Valiant Trading Company headquarters in Queensberth to inform Director Castol of the events at the Spire. Okay. Cool. I wonder if he'll ask me to sign on with them, right? For the grand finale. Alright. Where is Castol? He's on the upper floor, isn't he? Right? Or is this... No, this is not his office. This is the office of that weirdo that we... Didn't we, do some sleight of hand on them? There's a toilet we climbed through. Good times, huh? Man. Okay. How do you feel about the design of Neketaka relative to Defiance Bay? I feel like it was handled a bit better here, right? I feel like Neketaka is a bit more interesting than Defiance Bay. I don't know. I feel like there were more secrets around corners, more intrigue. I don't know if it's more interesting of a city, because they're both interesting in their own right? But, I feel like it's easier to understand. I feel like it's easier to understand the situation of what's going on in the city of Neketaka compared to the Crucible Knights, the House Dominal situation. Well, the House Dominal situation in Pillars 1 was relatively simple to understand. But the Dozens, right? The Dozens and the Crucible Knights being the big ones, right? And how they're sort of crestfallen from their original goals and ideals, right? And have become like some vicious pieces of shit. Okay, Director Castol. Though, of course, maybe that's probably intentional, right? Maybe that's intentional, that they're a little bit more obtuse to understand than here in Neketaka. I'm not sure. It feels that way, though, to me. It feels as though I was able to more quickly grasp the situation here in Neketaka compared to Defiance Bay, right? I think so. And also, maybe on a very core level, I like the idea of the hostile part of town being like the Thieves' Den row, like the gullet and then the ancient shit underneath it, right? Compared to Brackenberry, was it? The area in Defiance Bay that was completely like quarantined off because there were undead everywhere, right? I feel like that's less believable for me compared to the gullet, right? Just as far as believability is concerned. Because how long was Brackenberry, or whatever that district of Defiance Bay, how long was it in that state? Wasn't it for a while, and they just decided like the easiest thing was to just close it off from everyone and put guards up? Right? You would think they would have like made headway and cleared it out by the time we got there, certainly, right? Or was that a relatively recent occurrence? I'm not sure. Let's do a quick save nonetheless. Director, what's up?
Watcher, at last, someone who can answer my questions. They're saying there was an attack at the Spire. I fear I'd sent you to your death. None of the Huana guards will tell us a thing, and Flaune's message is illegible.
Flaune.
What happened?
The Royal Deadfire Company sent some mercenaries to kill everyone in the Spire. I got back just in time. Well, the good news is I ended up somewhere in the physical world this time. Bad news is that some mercenaries tried to kill us all. Yeah, that's true. It was an improvement. Yeah, I forgot. The first time we did, we ended up literally in the in-between, didn't we? Okay. Mercenaries from the Royal Deadfire Company. Nothing serious. Now, let's say this. The good and the bad news.
Mercenaries? Madiko. I did not think these experiments would draw so much interest. I'm glad you're in one piece, Watcher. I'll have the details out to Flaune, I think. You've more than earned your reward. And my trust.
Whoa, major positive reputation gain.
Oh, and perhaps you'd consider stopping by Alvari's office.
Ooh.
I believe she'll want some assurances as to the state of the Spire.
Oh, so there's another step to this? Huh. Alright, let's do a quick save. Anything else with him? Oops.
Watcher, what can I do for you?
I have some questions.
I'll answer what I can, of course.
Nah, okay, that's it.
Now then.
See ya. Okay, where does Alvari hang out? Is this Alvari over here? I'd assume so. Nope, that is Olesia Saraso. Saraso, maybe? Okay, let's head on down this path. Check all this shit out. Is Alvari down below? I'm not sure. We don't have a quest update for that, do we? He just recommended that we do it to get additional closure, right? Yeah, we're complete. Okay. We are complete. Sorry. I'm bad. Okay, let's go over here. Lucia? Yeah, no. This is not an office, this is a kitchen. Or a dining room at the very least. What is this? Is this an office? Oh, this is like a bunk room. Okay, over here? Is this an office? Oh yeah, Alvari. Okay. Sorry, Alvari. We saw you earlier. I thought Alvari was like your first name. Okay, quick save.
I can't decide if the gods must love or hate you, Watcher. Perhaps both.
That sounds about right. Honestly, what a great read on the situation.
Volcanoes, giant waves. Mel, I've had my fill of this island. It involves no divinities, but I do have some news for you as well. I have decided to take action with regards to Castol's incompetence.
Oh, damn.
I have called together a meeting of the Songretta mea Compresa. Our esteemed investors have come to hear Director Castol's excuses for squandering their fortunes.
Oh, shit. Huh. And the Songretta mea Compresa is the Congress of the company. God, that sounds so fucking grim. Good lord. What a thing to have for a company. A body of 11 high-stakes investors who collectively operate the Valiant Trading Company. I mean, I think they're kind of hellish in a way, but I fucking love that they exist in this world, right? I fucking love it. Gosh. Alvari smooths the front of her coat and plucks lint from her sleeve.
You've witnessed Castol's mistakes personally, and you know what is at stake for us with Ukaizo. The council we want to hear from you, the Canton Chase in particular.
Oh, wow. Are they going to, like, fire Castol or demote him and put some, like, hard-ass in his place? Have we actually done something bad and we would ideally want an incompetent dingus in charge? Huh. Maybe. Maybe this is a bad thing. Oh, wow. Well, I guess if you were siding with the VTC, then this is a good thing, right? But for pretty much everyone else, this seems like a bad thing. All right. The Canta Niches, she said? Count of Niches, a title owned by Nero, son of the Duchess Spirento. Someone by that name, that doesn't seem good either. She raises her eyes to meet you, to meet yours.
The company needs new leadership. Leadership that can make effective use of its most important allies. Let us start here, striking a fine impression before the wealthiest men and women in Eora.
I will tell them the truth. Castol never did me wrong. If this is some kind of deal you're proposing, I'm in. I suppose you think you'd be a better director? Your politics aren't my business. They very much are, though. They very much are. Jeez. I can't get over the Congress of the company shit, though. Because, like, I guess the modern idea would be, like, board of directors, wouldn't it? Not to get all Outer Worlds on us, the board. But, yeah, why not? God, why gotta call it the Congress? Alright. Okay, let's see. Do we want to fuck him over? The question is, if we fuck him over, how mad is Pallegina gonna get? Should we have dismissed Pallegina at the Wild Mare before we did this? Huh. I don't think she could get... Could Pallegina get mad and see through my ruse by wanting to keep Castol here and have him keep fucking off and doing dumb shit? Let's intentionally sabotage this. Huh, Castol never did me wrong.
No, how could he? He has all the metal of a wet rag. Perhaps Nero's judgment will provide Castol with the opportunity to chase his true ambitions. His responsibilities clearly weigh upon him.
Wow, very, very businesslike, huh? Okay.
You will attend the trial, I hope. Your testimony is a vital part of the proceedings.
Okay, let's get this over with.
Indeed. Come then. I'll send for our esteemed guests. Meet us upstairs when you are ready.
Wow. Okay.
Ahoy. Done and done.
Let's do a quick save here in case, like, Pallegina legit does get really fucking pissed and, like, leaves the group. Okay. Let's head on up. Because worst case, couldn't we just dismiss Pallegina, right? And then we'd be fine. Love you, Pallegina, but your staunch loyalty is a boon for me, but also really fucking bad when it comes to the VTC.
Silence, please.
Very
Like
quiet.
to get us underway.
Director Castol's office is nearly unrecognizable through the milling crush of bodies. The chamber is suffocatingly warm, and several of the occupants jostle for a place beside the window. 201, the people around you are dressed in rich fabrics, or else the occasional piece of armor. Few of them look especially pleased to be here. Despite the cacophony that greets you when you arrive, a quiet descends swiftly upon the room, upon the barest hand gesture from the man now standing behind the desk. The Nichese's, gosh, I forgot how she pronounced it, gaze sweeps across the room, eventually settling on you.
I see you have wasted little time in involving yourself, Lord.
Around him, several of the onlookers crane their necks to see who the Kanta is addressing. It's very rare for someone to refer to us as a lord, especially since Cadnua got obliterated, right? But it is very fitting for the VTC to be the faction that most frequently does so, right?
Director Castol, Governor Alvari, you are both here?
In that, their first way of acknowledging our, like, the most important title that we have to them, so to speak, is that we own land, right? Huh.
Indeed, Your Excellency.
Castol's face is splotchy and damp with sweat. He looks as if he may be ill.
Yes, Your Excellency.
Alvari wears a restrained smile.
And this is to be your witness?
A moment, Nero. Is that not Pelagina Mesrai?
Oh, shit.
Have we brought one exile to welcome the other?
The jeering question kicks off a smattering of light laughter around the room.
Ducremasi, maestras and mestres. I am here to assist in these proceedings, nothing more.
Most esteemed guests, this is the Watcher of Cadnua.
Fuck, yo, I hate that so much. Oh my god. Jeez. Gosh, I hope if there were ever a Pillars 3, I hope it was planned that you could finally get Pelagina to, like, finally give that shit up. Because look, they don't give a shit about her. But for whatever reason, she is still, like, oath-bound or whatever, right? Jeez. Maybe, you know what, with all the, like, Oathbinder stuff, twist, turn, avowed, you're just playing as Pelagina. Right? Is a vow worth the weight of, is the breaking a vow worth the weight of a crown? And it's Pelagina. Could you imagine? Alright, continue.
We were sorry to hear of Cadnua's fall, Lord.
Oh no!
How interesting to find you here. You have my sympathies.
Of course someone in the VTC has, like a Southern Belle accent. Of course they do. Okay. That's so wild, because we never heard anything like that even in the Deerwood, where that is like country Western and country Southern of America are like the common accents, right? We never heard anyone with like a highfalutin version of those, where it's like, well, I do say I've never seen anything quite so despicable in all my life. All right. Well, thank you, Nod. To be honest, I don't miss it. I plan to rebuild my stronghold someday. You know what? By this time, I think I don't miss it. My character would naturally have taken to the ship life, the high seas and all of that with the crew. Yeah, I don't miss it.
I have several connections in the White March. I have always wanted to meet the man behind the stories.
Man, you feel like, just as before with the Council, it feels like these characters are being set up to come into play again as well later, huh? Wow. Like, this feels like some sort of grand tease/introduction. Like, setting the table for what's to come. I bet if we went deeper in with, what's her name? The RDC, that we would have a similar situation there, perhaps? Like, she would call in the brass, so to speak, and we would have a meeting with them. I'm not sure about the Huana, though, because I feel like we've already met the people in power amidst the Huana, right? And I'm not even sure if they would have much push or pull beyond the Deadfire, given how, like, weakened of a state they're in currently. That said, maybe, after the events of this game, they would not be in such a place, right? I don't know. Continue.
Let us begin, if the clerks will attend the roll. Albina Carnetto, Duke Remasi Storanzo Miscelona, the Archmage.
Devils take your roll, Nero. This isn't the Songretta Ducala. We are all here. Let's get this over with.
Songretta Ducala. Oh, just another name for the Songretta mea Compresa. Okay, continue.
Oi, Cap. Putting bullets in this room's puffed up jackets would be doing Aora 3 favors and a half. Just saying.
Yeah. Seraphin's still good. Seraphin, still good. He straightens after his whispered comment, a hand resting lightly on the grip of his weapon.
Wouldn't be a Valiant hearing if someone wasn't feeling combative.
They may not be violent, but these fine people are all ruthless in their own way. The roads they took to reach this room are littered with their enemies.
Yeah, you should not be kowtowing to him, Palagina. Jeez.
Very well. Then let me extend my sincerest thanks to our shareholders in attendance.
Wait politely. Shareholders? Is this going to take very long? I have business to get back to. We should be sailing for Ukaizo, not having disputes over rank. Let's see, shareholders?
Ah, the Songretta mea Compresa. They have made the largest investments in the company's holdings.
In deference to present company, we will proceed in adherence.
Oh, of course. Right. Of course. Yeah, okay.
Director Castol, you stand accused of nothing less than gross incompetence, mismanaging of resources, willful deceit. Grave charges all.
A low murmur starts up around you as the crowd reacts. You know, obviously it's for the sake of the player, right? But canonically, the reasoning, like, people are just generally pretty nice to, in general, always speak in Adiran to the Watcher, right? Because we've been in a lot of places where people would not be speaking Adiran, right? Especially here in the Deadfire.
We have examined the evidence available to us. The numbers are not in your favor, Director. But you will have the opportunity to explain yourself. Now, Alvari.
Agrasima, Your Excellency. Esteemed Council, I bear Maestro Castol no ill will. We have always treated one another with great respect, but his time is past. I put it plain, the company is bleeding resources. We have identified numerous sources of Adra, and yet, how much of it ever reaches the republics? The expedition to Pococahara was but the latest failure. Trained workers and supplies gone, and for nothing.
What do you think she's proposing? That they, like, beef up security? Huh. Destroying that Adra was the only way to stay on good terms with the Huana. I want to say that to hear them say, we don't give a shit. Lie. The Adra was corrupted. It had to be destroyed. Say nothing. Oh, fuck, these are both good. Ooh, should I lie to them? And it wasn't so much that it was corrupted, but it was the cause of, like, terrible shit, right? Huh. Should we lie? And potentially be caught out in our lie? Because notice, this is a lie, but there's no bluff check. You know what? Let's be upfront. Why not? Because maybe they know. Maybe they have a way of knowing. Destroying that Adra was the only way to stay on good terms with the Huana. We'll be honest, and they'll... I mean, that's probably not the way to play with these folks, right? Fuck it, we're lying. We're lying. Even if I get caught in the lie, who gives a shit? What are they gonna do? Arrest me? The Adra was corrupted. It had to be destroyed.
Corrupted? What if more of the Adrasites are corrupted? We cannot rest our hopes on the assumption that we will find more. I say we must seize whatever is available as quickly as possible. I have more, Your Excellency. Your coin, lords and ladies. Where has it gone all this while? Not to mines and industry, no. The director has spent the bulk of it on frivolous experiments.
That is absurd. Animancy research has gotten us where we are today.
Precisely.
Enough, Alvari. Watcher, you have had some involvement in these experiments. Do you have anything to add?
The research is promising. You could be masters of the world with power like that. Oh, God. Those experiments may help us reach Ukaizo. Animancy will be our downfall. The experiments worked. I was there. The experiment nearly killed me. There are more important things to worry about than animancy. I mean, this will appeal. If I say that the research is promising you could be masters of the world with power like that, they'll like the sound of that. They won't care how much money they have to dump into the projects if that's true. But the problem is that is also literally true. If they do have their hands on that, that could be really bad, and they're the only ones with the ability to, like, teleport around? That could be real fucking bad. But at the same time, don't we want them to blow their money on this bullshit? I feel like we're in a lose-lose situation here. Let's say... Let's say the experiments worked, I was there.
Working. Working well enough to invite open attack by the Royal Deadfire Company.
Well, if they're interested...
It truly works. You
Who's
mean
this
to
person?
say that the Animancers have learned how to transport people?
Principo Tarvisi leans forward in his chair, watching you intently. Ooh, fuck, we can do a quick lie. Lie/insight check. I'm sure you don't need me to tell you the practical applications. Well, it mostly works. They're very close, yes. Let's go with this check. I'm sure you don't need me to tell you the practical applications.
Certainly not.
Your words are met with a sudden, muted roar of animated whispers.
We have heard much of Ukaizo in recent days. I wonder, Director Castol, just what are your plans for the fabled city?
Nero taps his quill against the desk in steady beats, looking on calmly.
Ukaizo holds an enormous quantity of a luminous Adra. Our research has already yielded results. If we can establish an outpost there, then...
Castol has scarcely started his sentence when a handful of the gathered investors start to jeer at him.
If we take this opportunity, we can accomplish far more than we initially believed. I could make you rich, lords and ladies, beyond your wildest dreams.
You may be rich in a century or two. Have you that long to wait? Some of you perhaps, but all?
Really? Are some of them like wizards or what?
Dreams are all Castol has to offer. We have scores of Adrasites mapped to detail. Why not focus our efforts there? Castol risks your fortune on illusions.
That is true. We have mapped these deposits for years. The closer we travel to Ondra's Mortar, the denser the deposits. Even Alvari knows this.
Yeah, of course they would want to... If it's all there, they would want to mine the shit out of Ukaizo. I'm surprised does anyone know about the massive pillars of Adra that we encountered at the end of the first game? No one knows that all that shit's there and they're like mining the shit out of it? If you establish an outpost on Ukaizo, the Huana will never forgive you. There's a network of Adra at Ukaizo, That's why Aethys has gone there. You would claim Ukaizo? Say nothing. I'm interested in saying that the Huana would never forgive them, but I think we know their response to that. They'll probably say something diplomatic, but in reality, they don't give a shit. Let's say this. You would claim Ukaizo?
Why, yes. To support the Animancers and Watchers, we will send there.
Even if there is Adra past the mortar, let us grind down the whole of it and be done with the place. Or will the Songretta war against the natives and sea monsters for the next 100 years?
I believe the case before us is quite clear. Alvari, have you anything further to add?
Castol quakes before the desk. He raises trembling fingers to remove his spectacles, wiping them on his cravat.
My lords, ladies, our enemies will make for Ukaizo in short order. The Valiant Trading Company must be ready. It needs decisive, effective leadership, now more than ever. With the Watcher's aid, we have the opportunity to claim an overwhelming victory. One that will carry us all into the history books.
The Watcher? You would rely upon a brute.
A useful brute? Watch it. A useful brute.
An important brute, certainly.
Nero casts a weary eye over the proceedings.
We will see, won't we?
You have heard all the accusations against you. Castol, any final words?
Everything I do to help the company. You know this. 2 years ago, you entrusted me to establish the luminous Adra trade. I will continue to serve you, dutifully, and to my best ability. I know now that Alvari has hungered after my position for years, just as she will hunt after yours if you allow her to rise. She would cast Margaret off her throne if she could.
Beside you, Alvari smiles. Castol has been a great director. He deserves to stay in power. Pallegina, this is Castol's last chance. Pallegina, we need Alvari's support. Alvari is the leader that the Valiant Trading Company needs. Waits silently. Should we get Pallegina involved here? Weird. I mean, I feel like involving Pallegina here would... If we called on Pallegina to speak up for one of them, she'll probably do her best, but I think these people here are so shitty that whoever she speaks for, they'll actually see that as a negative, right? Well, on the flip side, maybe it'll be so convincing they will be convinced. I'm not sure. Let's see. Ooh. Yeah, we're in kind of a lose-lose situation here. Both of them are bad. I think the only winning... the only right answer is what Seraphim said at the beginning. Let's see. Oh, what should we say? Good lord. And it's not that we need one of their support anyway, because I don't intend on siding with them anyhow. Okay, let's go with Castol. Why not? Castol has... Because although he is, like, shooting for the stars, so to speak, he is kind of, like... He seems less adept than Alvari, right? Because Alvari could be swayed to also be just as ambitious. And her like gumption behind that same ambition would be terrifying, right? Maybe that's my best reasoning right here, right now. Okay, let's go with Castol. Castol has been a great director. He deserves to stay in power.
You inspire much loyalty, Castol. If only it were so amongst your own peers.
Ooh, this was a check. Valiant Trading Company. Good, too. It checked our reputation to see how much sway we had. Oh. Yeah, because in Pillars 1, you could have had encouraged Pallegina to be, like, straight up as loyal as possible to the VTC, right? And maybe that would have also had effect. right? So, like, in our case, she would have had very little sway, if anything, maybe negative sway. But if we had encouraged her otherwise in the first game, perhaps she would have actually a shitload of sway, more so than us. Alright, continue.
It is time. Let us put the matter of Castol's dismissal to a vote. All in favor?
Hands go up almost at once. It takes only a glance to see that the vote overwhelmingly favors the motion. Alvari nods, once, perhaps to herself, and closes her eyes. Seeing the outcome of the vote, Castol loses a strangled, breathless cry of dismay, as if wounded.
We gave you a chance, Castol. We made it clear what defiance would cost. You have squandered that opportunity.
Doesn't his portrait look kind of like, oh fuck, what's his fucking name? That fucking actor who curses all the time. Jeez, he was in Deadwood, he was in like a few episodes of Game of Thrones. What's his name? Doesn't he look kind of like that dude? He's like that grim-looking man. I don't know how else to describe him. He was in, American Gods, wasn't it? I think. Though maybe he was only in there for a bit. I never watched that. You know what I'm talking about? He looks kind of like him. Alright, continue.
Perhaps you will have better luck in the living lands. Ignato Castol, I hereby pronounce you banished. Exiled from the Valian Trading Company and the Valian Republics by order of the Songretta mea Compresa.
Ooh, in the living lands, huh? Oh, huh. What if Avowed is set in the living lands, and it's not a prequel? Ooh.
No. Wait! You percamplanca! Don't do this! Mercy!
I believe that brings this meeting to a close. Agressima Watcher.
Lueva Alvari wears a small, restrained smile as she watches the gathered nobility disperse. She looks at you as you approach, raising one arched eyebrow. But that said, if it is set in the Living Lands and it takes place after the events of Deadfire, would Castol even show up there? Can you ever succeed in convincing them to send, like, Alvari there instead and keep Castol in power here? Is it possible, or do you lose no matter what? Can you not convince them one way or the other? It feels like you could, but maybe it's a red herring, maybe it's a fake out, in that you have any sway here at all. Which is kind of unfortunate, but also it makes sense in these sorts of proceedings, right? Where all these very important people have kind of just gathered you here for the show, just for the show of it, and they're not they've already committed one way or the other, right? They can't be convinced. All right, continue.
Let us speak once the room clears, Watcher. I think we have much to talk about.
Right, because if you can have either of the two, I mean, I'm assuming Avowed will have zero reactivity with Pillars 1. Or Pillars 2, I should say, right? I'm assuming so. Because from the sounds of it, they want to keep it fairly separated. Right? Maybe not. Maybe we'll be surprised. I don't know.
Captain?
Okay, let's speak with her and see what terrible things we have brought upon the world, huh? Let's do a quick save here. Good. Alvari.
Look at me. I am still sweating.
I wonder if she remembers I kind of vouched for the other guy. Alvari stands beside the director's desk, looking down at her hand. She curls her fingers into a fist, then uncurls them slowly, and smiles.
You did well. Ah, very well. A perfect witness. Impartial.
There is a sly cast to her smile as she looks up to you. She plucks a coin purse from the desk. Oh. So she thought that Although I was trying to side with Castol. She thought that I was being all cloak and daggery.
You and I were together in this. Let us seal the pact in coin.
Yeah, sure. We were. We totally were.
We move now with singular purpose and ensure the prosperity of the republics. Trade, coin, civilization, amico. That is what we give them with Ukaizo. And for us, our rightful place in the world.
Oh, jeez.
There is but one final distraction that must be seen to. A final obstacle.
Alvari lowers her gaze, solemn.
The Royal Deadfire Company. They will not stand idly by as we lay our claim. It is time to do something about that.
Oh, shit.
I'm afraid that means your large friend here has more than overstayed her welcome.
And I have no plan on serving aboard a ship that betrays the cause.
Maya folds her arms and glances at you.
Captain,
Maya quickly turns her gaze away.
I'm a soldier. If you pit my needs against the needs of Rauatai, I'll lose every time.
Huh. What are you going to do? Shoot me? She shoots me? You mean too much to me to let it end like this, Maya. We can work this out somehow. You're helping no one by staying, so leave. Huh. Let's see. Let's appeal to emotion here, right? You mean too much to me to let it end like this, Maya.
You did too.
Maya catches herself and raises a shaking hand to her mouth.
You do, too, Captain. But how do we get past this, Captain?
Maya crosses her arms and squeezes her shoulders. I need you to stay. You're a constant in my life, and I'm afraid of losing you. The company needs me, Maya. Please stay. Nothing has to change. Who knows what side any of us will be on when the dust settles? You're helping no one by staying, so leave. Yeah. Who knows what side any of us will be on when the dust settles?
I've got a pretty good idea.
Maya tightens her bearing.
If you don't, then you've got your principles on backwards. But Rauatai needs all hands on deck. And I won't just turn about on my career.
She folds her arms, squeezing her shoulders together. You're an assassin. Let the company hire another. They have enough rifles and cannons to punch a hole in the Deadfire without you. Let's see. The company needs me. You're helping no one by staying. Let's say this. They have enough rifles and cannons to punch a hole in the Deadfire without you.
Well, sometimes it takes more than a punch to make a dent. You should know that already, if what I've told you about is any indication.
Beside you, Alvari takes the slightest half-step toward the desk.
You were more than complicit in my activities, Captain. I seem to recall you handled yourself well enough.
Maya nods slowly.
You don't know what you're talking about.
Maya squeezes her eyes shut and sighs.
I knew this couldn't work. Knew I was fooling myself.
She rubs the corners of her eyes with 2 quick swipes of her thumbs. Oh my gosh, we're going to quick load this, I think.
I don't want anything to happen to you, Captain. I guess we're done with each other. Unless I happen to catch you in my sights.
Wow. If you have to shoot at me, try to miss. I'll miss you. I'll miss what we have now. Take care of yourself, Maya. Ishiza, you keep Maya safe for me. I won't do this. Huh, what if I say I won't do this? Because I'm not. I'm going to quick load this. Because this also makes it sound like I am picking the VTC for the final showdown, which I don't want to. Alright, I won't do this.
Careful. Consider that we are talking about more than my own ambitions. You are poised to make a fortune, to leave your mark upon the Deadfire for centuries.
Yeah, what if I don't want to do that? That sounds like a bad thing. That seems bad. How many other people before me have tried to make their mark upon the Deadfire and left terrible shit in their wake? Much less the very Ingwithans who created whatever horrific shit is going down.
And should you find the doubts begin to weigh upon your conscience, remember, you have nothing on us. I am the best friend you have left.
Let's see. Nah, Maya is too important for me. Or to me. Blinking at you, a slow and disbelieving smile spreads across Maya's face.
Well, so be it.
Alvari shrugs, untroubled, and turns back to her papers.
The Valiant Trading Company has no further need of you, Watcher.
Oh, shit. Huh. You know what? I'm kind of down with how that ended then.
Captain?
Alright. I'm kind of down with having pissed them off and gained... Because I spoke not in that conversation. I didn't speak of, like, loyalty to the RDC or giving a shit about them, but rather Maya, the individual, right? And maybe that'll carry some sway later on if we have to, like, fuck over the RDC at some point. I'm not sure. But it's very fascinating. Okay, let's see. I'm assuming we got barred from siding with them here in the finale. Let's see. The Valiant Trading Company is not willing to work with me. Our respective priorities are too far at odds. Right. Okay. Yeah, so all that leaves is the Principe, right? Because we already hit up, yeah, Hazanui Karu, and that was like, yeah, if you do this, you're about to begin the final mission, which we're not ready for yet, right? And maybe doing the same with the Principe will have a similar effect, in which case we'll quick load. Because before we hit that point of no return, I do certainly want to do all of the mega bosses, right? Man, it feels like we're kind of setting ourselves up for tragedy here, though, right? Here's a question. Of all the romanceable companions in this game, are there any that aren't aligned with a faction? Like, are all of them set up to engage with some form of, like, tragedy or misery? Well, no, because you can romance Jody, right? Huh. How does that even work out? Yeah, because I don't know if... Like, certainly, Maya is, like, not a loose cannon, but, like, is a dangerous prospect, and that she is a political assassin, right? It's pretty bad. But, although that is a pretty bad thing, like, all things considered, also all things considered, it makes for a very interesting story, doesn't it? Alright, well, holy shit. I suppose when next we come back, we will set sail for Old Ferrante, right? And we will try to overthrow him, get Captain Aldis in there, and then we'll go with a Principe Captain Aldis sort of route, right? I'm kind of down for siding with them. We could also go solo. Oh.
What are you telling the company now?
It was a special request to have your bird captured and held hostage, until you stop asking me stupid questions.
They love each other. My God. I'm like the only thing holding some of these people together. Great. I love it, honestly. I fucking love it. I've been playing the Avengers game, and man, I can't help but think of that at times here, given, you know, a lot of the disagreements, right? Okay, well, like I said, when next we come back, we're heading on over to investigate some Principe stuff, and we'll definitely have Seraphim along with us for the ride. I wonder who will have shit to say about that, right? If we do lose Maya, or even Palagina, who else might be super duper opposed to the Principe? I'm not sure. Maybe Takehu would? I don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe Takehu definitely would be opposed to them if we went with Ferrante, right? Because for Christ's sakes, fucking Ferrante is enabling slavery, right? What the fuck? But since we're going with Aldis, maybe he wouldn't have an objection. Maybe he would actually see that as being alright, right? Is Takehu actually the only one that we've so far convinced to betray or even consider betraying loyalty to his own faction? I think so. Because Maya is staunchly loyal to the RDC, Palagina is staunchly loyal to the VTC. Well, I guess Seraphim, you know, he's a fucking pirate, you know, they're... Does that count so much? I don't know. But in the case of Takehu, especially as far as like the less chaotic factions, he's like the only one who is given any thought to like, wow, maybe the people we're with are actually pieces of shit, right? Which, if anything, almost makes me want to say, like, yeah, Takehu, maybe you should just be, like, the new ruler of Neketaka and the Huana, right? If we can't, for whatever reason, have that one person we found over... Oh, shit, well, we can't bring up the map. But you know the one I'm talking about with all the Kuiki fruit and stuff, with Aloth's mission. I thought that they were quite good. But yeah, Onikaza, really fucking bad, right? I do wonder how a lot of the other faction endings in these final moments would play out. Seems very interesting. Okay, until next time, please take care of each other.